Welcome back, everybody, to the Red Room. And today we have i-dle Momo. Is this G-i-dle? Did they change the name? Again, y'all got to give me some grace sometimes, and sometimes you have to give me some information. So I don't pretend to act like I know everything. I have. I'm the last person that's going to come in here and be like, "Oh yeah, this." Nope, 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 nope. That's how you get clapped in these comments. I am humble. I understand that I don't know everything, and I ask you guys for information. So if you would like to present me with information in a respectful way, please don't be like, "What are you, stupid? You don't know that they changed the name." I don't need that, right? I I don't need that sort of communication because I honestly I won't pay attention. I'll immediately turn you off and move on to the next. You're not about to stress me out. However, I would like a little bit of information. If you would please like to present it to me, that'd be great. So i-dle Momo, and yeah, this just came out. I won't say just came out. It came out almost a month. Damn, it came out a month ago. All right, it came out a month ago. I had it on my list. I just never got around to it. Holidays and everything else, and not feeling well and whatever. I'm not going to make excuses. It is what it is. But we're here now. So, i-dle Momo, let's get into it because I'm excited to hear it. And away we go. I try not to talk over the track, but if it's fire, I'm gonna start blabbing. Okay, this is fire. I'm gonna start blabbing. I like the vibe of it. English. Okay, this is a song with a message. Okay. Mono, not Momo. Okay, that makes more sense. I'm sorry, I did say Momo in the intro. So.
Baby, we can take the party outside to everyone. Take a chance on me, dance like everyone else. And I know you feel just like myself. You're from the right or from the left.
Political views, east to west. That's obvious.
Let's turn it all off. You know you're born to love.
And then it fades into color. Nice.
I identify she, her.
I identify as he, him. I don't personally know any days, but I mean, I think it's important to just be yourself.
Sure, when you love yourself, you can love everyone.
You're from the right or from the left. Whether east or west, whether straight or gay. Every day and night, dance to your real vibe. Turn the FX down, let it all fade out. Play the whole world in mono.
I feel like I'm gonna have to talk a little bit more about this song than I initially thought, just because of the context of the song. Now this is fire, right? So obviously, whole world in mono. Stereo kind of separates sound left to right speaker. Some things you might hear in the right speaker that you might not hear in the left speaker. Forgive me, it's a long day. So what basically mono does is plays everything through both ears, and it just sounds like one sound as opposed to broken up. So like in some songs where you hear the beat kind of move from the left side of the mic all the way to the right side of the mic and back, you don't hear that in mono. It's just throughout. So Love is Louder in mono, meaning it's not broken up, it's not separated, it's not moving left or right or whatever. Left and right obviously talks about political views, straight or gay obviously talks about sexuality and things like that. You know what I mean? So this was a very good song, a very, very good song. I love the beat to it before I even understood what they were talking about. I love the rhythm to it. It was very calm. It was very relaxing. It was very R&B-ish. It was very, I want to say like either 94, 95-ish kind of calm house R&B, or early 2000s kind of vibey, again, house R&B, right? But this was great. This was a good song. I don't feel like it needed to be in English to get its point across, but the fact that it was in English to get its point across, I thought was really, really good. Not the singers, obviously, the dancers were diverse, and it was just really good. It was really, really good. Everything being what it is. If you're not even looking at what they're saying in the context and just listening to the song sonically, it sounds amazing. And it gets even deeper once you start listening to the context or placing context on what they're saying. I love the way the video did transition into color. I love the way it kind of started using like sound waves as distortion or part of the song, or to make it your visual, and then also what some of the words were saying. I identify, this is how I feel, this is what I am, I'm always going to be myself, things like that. That some people do need to hear. Some people do need to understand that you can be yourself, no matter what that is. You can be yourself and be accepted. You don't have to like conform to whatever the world wants you to be. You can just be yourself and let the world conform to you. And not everybody gets that message. Not everybody has that message instilled at them at home. Not everybody is loved under that message. Some people are made to conform to the world. Some people are made to be this. Some people are made to be that. Or, hey, if we're out and about, you better act this way. And it's not always the case, and it shouldn't be the case for everybody. Do I always agree with everything that everybody does? Fuck no. But just being honest, I don't always agree with it. But am I going to condemn someone? No. Like, I have a daughter. If she comes up to me and tells me, Dad, I don't necessarily like men, I like women, you think I'm going to be like, no, you got to get the fuck out, or no, this is what you're going to. Some parents do, to be very, very honest. Some parents do, and a lot of people kick their kids out. A lot of people disown their kids. A lot of people turn their back on their kids. I don't care what happens. I'm never doing that to my daughter. Never. She'll always have a place here. I'll always have love for her. Like, what are we doing? And I think that message doesn't get out enough. And I think people don't actually live that way, live that message. They might say it. Some people might say it, or I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. But Christians always talking about loving everybody, this, that, and the third, but it also feels like sometimes that love comes with conditions. It also feels like you have to act this way, or you have to be this way, or else God won't love you. And if God doesn't love you, I definitely don't love you. And I feel like that's not the way to go about it. Again, do I agree with everything that everybody does? Absolutely not. Like, no, I don't. But there has to be a line where baseline, you're a human first, and then everything else, if it even applies, or even if it even matters, comes into play. If it doesn't, then what are we even talking about? In some cases, it definitely doesn't. But again, getting back to the music, I think this was fire. I think it was good. It's a theme and a concept and a context, a narrative that's being said so often now, but I still don't think people hear it the way they need to hear it. I still think people don't take it in the way they should take it in. So I love it. I could see me putting this on a playlist. It would not go on my K-pop playlist. I tell you that much. This would probably go on my R&B playlist because that's the vibe it gets. It gives me R&B vibe. It gives me. I got a playlist called Good Vibes where it's just like old school R&B, like 70s, 80s, some 90s, some 2000s, and it's just a mix of just feel good music. This could go on that list. This would go on that list. In fact, this might go on that list. Just because I like the vibe that it gives off. But there's really no but. But did I say but? Crazy work, right? I think the ladies look great. I know that's not the goal. I know the goal is to get the message across. But the ladies do look great. I think they all of them are attractive, obviously. But I think the message and the song and everything else supersede their physical appearances, even though the chick with the short hair, top notch. But everything just amazing. More information on the group if this is i-dle but like cut down, because I feel like i-dle had way more people, and I do believe, if my daughter was telling me right, I think they did lose some people, so this might be the new group and it's just called i-dle. I don't know. I'm spitballing here. I know what happened to one of these groups, and I'm thinking that this is the conversation that me and her had. As a matter of fact, me and her had a great conversation about K-pop groups or female K-pop groups that I may revisit on in a video with just me and her talking, respectfully having a conversation about the state of female K-pop groups, because it came up in a conversation about, oh man, I can't think of who it was, but we were contrasting and comparing. Oh, ITZY. It came up about ITZY and their fall off, because she was like, man, their fall off needs to be studied. And I'm like, well, you got to look at the time frame in which they came out as opposed to now. They were edgy when they came out, but now you look at some of these girl groups and all of them are edgy, and a lot of them are more edgier than them. And then we kind of spitballed and kind of looked back, and it just kind of it rounded out to a really, really nice conversation. May revisit, but all in all, that's, let's get back to the focus here. This was really, really good. I love the choreo. I love everything. I love the monochrome color scale, black and white, basically black, white, and silvers and everything like that. And then it gets into color. This was really, really, really good. And I don't want to keep saying that because even though it is really, really good, it just gets monotonous. So like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell up top so you know when I drop. That's a bar, by the way. And until I see you again, please be safe out in the world. Peace.